Hello, guys. I hope you are enjoying your holidays. Here we are with our fourth podcast from SAE. It is about HAL AMCA, and I'm Stuti. That's Aayush and Nikhil. We're going to be here and talk about this aircraft. So, the HAL Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, also called AMCA, represents the cutting edge of Indian aerospace engineering and military technology. Designed and developed by Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, the AMCA is poised to be a pivotal asset for the Indian Air Force, embodying a blend of advanced stealth capabilities, superior maneuverabilities, and the state of art avionics. At its core, the AMCA is a fifth generation multi-role fighter aircraft equipped to excel in a variety of missions ranging from air superiority and ground attack and electronic warfare.
Okay, so now moving on to the design of the AMCA. The current design for the AMCA, like as you know, the AMCA is still in its development phase, so there might be slight changes when it actually comes into service. But in the current known design of the AMCA, the design has canards on both the sides. So for people who don't know, canards is basically small twin-leg structures, which you might have seen in stunt aeroplanes and missiles, because they help in maneuverability in high angles of attack, or when you're going very fast, it helps you to turn basically, and it also helps in deflecting radar waves, which in turn reduces your radar signature, making the plane even more stealthier. And as you know, stealth is a vital part of fighter jet. And then going on to the wings of the jet has diamond-shaped wing platforms. Now one might confuse them for delta wings, but these are different. And these wings are preferred for the jet because they are a perfect. They provide with perfect balance between lift and performance. And moving to the rear of the plane, this plane also sports a V-shaped tail, which is similar to the F-22 Raptor. This V-shaped tail also plays a vital role in the plane being stealthy because, as you know, the V-shaped tails are inclined at a certain angle. So what they do is they help in deflecting the radar waves, making it less visible on the enemy radar.
Hi Ayush.
Acha,
So now,
Ayush, sorry to
uh,
interrupt
yeah,
you, but see, you said obviously diamond shaped wings are not completely delta wings, but they're a part of it. We know that, right? Now,
mm,
delta wings, there are disadvantages for delta wings like high drag at low speeds. So now we understand that that is taken off because this is a fighter jet and they move at
yeah.
extremely high speeds, so that's not the problem. But what about the limited maneuverability that these wings provide? Because okay, again, speed at low speeds doesn't matter and lower altitudes also doesn't matter, but it impacts the aircraft's ability to perform at tight turns and close combat maneuvers.
Yeah, so like I said, the AMCA is a fifth generation fighter. The main difference between the fifth generation fighter and this preceding generations is the preceding generation, namely the fourth generation fighters, were meant for dog fighting. Now I don't know if you're familiar with the term dog fighting, but if you have seen
Like close
Top Gun,
quarter
then
combats,
you
right?
must know. Yeah, close quarter combat using guns and everything. So in those situations, having good maneuverability and being able to turn at on tighter angles is important. But on fifth generation fighters, you are basically dependent on missiles and everything. So even though tight turns are still important, the delta wings don't affect the performance that much because at higher speeds the delta wing performs excellently, and when it's at low speeds, and if you're still in the middle of the battlefield and at low speeds, you're pretty much doomed. And if you're landing, then that means you're basically safe. So it won't affect its performance that much.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
So yeah,
Also
that's
Ayush,
that.
I had one question. You
Mm.
said the aircraft has V-shaped tails, similar to the
Mm.
F-22 Raptor, right? So
Yep, yep.
there's one more tail, I believe, like a configuration of a tail which is T tails.
Mhm.
I believe they are in B2 jets. Could you
Okay.
elaborate on the differences between V-shaped and T-shaped tails?
So, like you said, that what's the difference between a V-shaped tail and a T-shaped tail? So, a V-shaped tail is the most suited for fighter jets because, like they're inclined at an angle. So they help you in deflecting the radar waves, making you more stealthy. Whilst a T-shaped tail might do the opposite. It might make you more prone to be detected by the enemy radar. And as far as I know, the T-shaped tails are most suited for cargo planes or like planes with heavy loads. But I have seen the T-shaped tails in on bigger aircrafts, that are meant to carry heavier loads.
So
So
why
that's that.
why is it so like on higher load capacity aircrafts?
Because it helps you in producing more lift.
Oh, more uplift. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, more uplift here. So like you said, in the B2 bomber, you have seen a T2 tail, right?
Hmm.
A T-shaped tail.
Yeah.
So like a bomber houses bombs, and for bombers, stealth doesn't matter because at the altitude they are flying. Okay, they are very hard to be detected either ways. And as you know, a bomber carries bombs which are pretty heavy, so they are also heavy load jets, heavy load planes.
Yes. Yes.
So moving on, we are going on to the materials that's being used in the AMCA's production. So there has been extensive use of the carbon fiber composites and titanium alloy steels, which reduces the overall weight of the jet, gives a higher strength to weight ratio, and it also reduces its radar visibility, enhancing maneuverability and strength. Like F-35, which is like the flagship jet of the U.S. Air Force. It is a very good and awesome aircraft. I agree, but even despite all the strengths it has, it doesn't. It can only travel above Mach 1 for around 10 seconds. Because now you might ask why. So the thing is that when it travels at supersonic speeds, it comes across immense drag. Now, as you know, the drag heats up the body of the jet and it increases its infrared signal. Because it heats up, so it's more prone to infrared detectors. So for that purpose, the jets avoid going at supersonic speeds for much longer. But in AMCA, hopefully you won't have that problem because of these special composite materials, which also help in heat dissipation. Like the SR-71 had titanium alloys in it, which helped in heat dissipation.
Hmm.
And then we have the divertless supersonic inlet, the DSI system, which is pretty common in modern fighter jets. Like you might have seen a big, what should I say, like a big hole like inlet in front of the jets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this design helps in concealing the engine fan blades from radar because, like we can't have the engine fan blades unnecessarily angled because they're important. So we have DSIs which further reduce the aircraft's signature, but as well as increase the air intake for more thrust. And then we have a
So it
seamless,
increases stealth also.
yeah, it increases stealth also by shielding the engine propellers. And then we have the weapon dados, which uh, which are also coated with the radar absorbing paint. So even when it opens to expose the firearms that it's holding, it's still pretty stealthy because they have taken measures to make sure that when we open the bay doors to expose the firearms, it doesn't compromise the stealth. All right, so all for the that's all for the airframe of the jet. Now I think Nikhil can
Ayush,
continue with
before
yeah,
you conclude, I have a question
yeah,
for
yeah,
DSI because I feel like this is a new technology, right? That is recently been
yeah.
introduced.
It's yeah, and in the 15th edition fighters.
Yeah. So how do you think it's different from the very basic traditional inlet designs? And we talked about it increases the stealth of the aircraft. How else
Hmm.
is it efficient for a fighter?
So I'm not sure if you know, but basically these the fighters have something called a ram and a scramjet engine.
Yeah,
Ram and scramjet. Yeah. So ramjet is basically like when a jet is flying at high speeds. So in a ramjet you have a nozzle in which the like the air intake is done, and then it's pressurized by the nozzle, and then it is ignited, and the ignition gives you more thrust to propel the jet even further. Whilst in a scramjet, the scramjet is basically a supersonic ramjet, SC. A supersonic ramjet is a scramjet. So it
yeah.
basically doesn't have that nozzle part because they're already going at supersonic speeds, so the air velocity is enough. So you directly inject in the fuel. So with a DSI, it makes the air intake much more easier, whilst hiding the fan propellers from radar from giving off radar signature. So that's how a DSI also helps with the air intake.
Two, one. Okay, so I'll be talking about the cockpit part of the aircraft. So the cockpit has a fully glass setup, like uh, it's like a state-of-the-art jet. So it has clear displays, and it also features a helmet-mounted display system, which is like, imagine Apple Vision Pro being used as a part of modern warfare. Like,
It's similar like the one in F-35, right?
which one? I'm not aware of it.
The one in F-35, like the famous short video, you can see that the pilot is turning his head, and with the gun is also turning.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah, yeah,
taking
yeah. I
various
have seen
sights.
that video. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so uh, yeah, it is very similar to that. Uh, then we come to the environmental control systems for the aircraft, which helps in keeping the pilot stable and comfortable throughout the uh, what do you call the warfare, or the war the pilot is in.
So you just spoke about this aircraft takes measures to enhance the comfortable level of the pilots to reduce fatigues during a long duration. How does the aircraft incorporate all this?
Okay, so first of all, the aircraft has an ergonomic cockpit design. It has adjustable seating. It has a built-in climate control system, which like helps prevent overheating or chilling of the pilot during extreme environmental conditions. There's noise reduction. There's a vibration isolation. There's apparently a lighting
How
control.
how will
Yes.
how will noise reduction and vibration controlling all help with a fighter jet pilot?
Well,
Don't
unit
you have something that helps him deal with G's?
uh, G's is a physical concept. It will be applied regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But like noise and vibration is very important to counter, because if, like in warfare, excessive noise, like imagine you're like in a warfare, you can imagine a lot of bullets flying past you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I get what he means. You're not the only fighter in the air.
yeah, you're not the only
There are
fighter in the
multiple.
air, and
Yeah.
it's not only about the fighters in the air. It's also about the artilleries on the ground that are trying to push
Mm-hmm.
it down. There's
Okay.
vibration
Yeah, I get it.
isolation for the aircraft's engine, like, so yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
there's even a built-in lighting control, which like pr- prevents optimal glare or eye strain. There's an in-flight
Mm-hmm.
hydration and nutrition system, and resting facilities for pilots.
So you basically get snacks in the jet.
Yeah, you can get
Yeah.
snacks in the jet. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Stuti, would you like to continue on the jet's avionics?
Yeah, I'll elaborate on the avionics part of the jet. So I'm now going to give a brief introduction about the avionics in this aircraft. The HAL AMCA's avionics suite aims to incorporate the latest advancements in aerospace technology, ensuring the aircraft's operational effectiveness and survivability in the modern combat scenarios. By integrating advanced sensors, communicating systems, electronic warfare capabilities, and AI driven functionalities, the AMCA is poised to become a formidable asset in the Indian Air Force fleet. Now I'll elaborate on the components of the avionics in the aircraft. So we have an integrated avionics suite. The AMCA is expected to have a highly integrated avionics suite, consolidating of various subsystems into a central architecture to streamline data processing and improve situational awareness. This integration reduces the pilot's workload and enhances the operational effectiveness. Now, coming to the advanced radar system that's present in the aircraft will likely feature an active electronically scanned array that is also said as AESA radar. The AESA radars are known for their superior target detection, tracking capabilities, electronic warfare support, and reduced chances of being detected by enemy radar due to their low probability to intercept.
So it's like a
Now, the
countermeasure to radars.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so that they're not
Reduces the
detected
stealth of the plane.
detected. They have a system to
Mhm.
know that as soon as they can. Now we move on to electronic warfare suite. The AMCA is anticipated to have a sophisticated electronic warfare suite, including radar warning receivers, missile approaching warning systems, electronic countermeasures, and electronic support measures. This suite is essentially for surviving in contested environments by jamming enemy radar and communication systems and protecting the aircraft for incoming missiles. So you
So
guys had a question about the EESA radars when I spoke about them, right? How do they
Yeah.
manage getting intercepted and all? Now we have the
Hmm.
electronic warfare suite that helps in all of this.
so
So it's
it's
basically like a system, a signal jammer, right, for the enemy
Yeah,
no,
jets.
the
it's
signal
more than it's
jammers,
more than a
the
signal jammer, I believe. Like
Yeah, but on a basic level, it's the same, right?
no, because I remember you
no, it has
mentioning.
electronic countermeasures as
Yeah, I
well.
remember you saying
It has a
countermeasure
warning
systems.
system.
So is it
Okay,
like
okay.
you said it's like a countermeasure system for incoming missiles, right? So is it like similar to flares in modern jets?
No, probably it also it even detects the ground missiles, right? Not only the ones approaching through
Yeah,
air.
like like you again in the movie, when you had a missile lock on you, there would be beeping sound in the cockpit. So that would be part
So
of
I
this
think this
suit,
is
I
a more
guess, the electronic
advanced
warfare.
system than that is.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now we'll move to infrared search and track, that is also IRST. An IRST system will allow the AMCA to detect and track enemy aircrafts using infrared emissions. This passive detection method is crucial for maintaining stealth and providing an additional layer of situational awareness, especially in environments where radars may be less effective. So now you had a question about ONI's enemy radar jamming systems used in the electronic warfare suite. This is also a part of the avionics that this aircraft has, so that
Mm-hmm.
even if their radars are jammed or made weak, they have a way to detect missiles and other aircrafts.
Yeah, definitely. So like I said in the beginning, like the F-35 heating up and giving off more infrared signature, so they can be prone to this domain of the AMCA, right?
Yeah, very similar to that, I think.
Okay.
Okay, obviously now all the aircrafts have communication systems that are part of avionics. Let's learn about them in detail. The aircraft will be equipped with advanced communication systems, including secure and jam resistant data links, satellite communication capabilities, and possibly networking with other assets on the battlefield to facilitate seamless information sharing and coordinated operations. So now let's talk about the fly-by-wire system. It is a very sophisticated system in an aircraft that offers strength and control to the aircraft. It's a digital control system that replaces the conventional manual flight controls with electronic surfaces. It improves the safety of the aircraft as well as the maneuverability, maneuverability of the aircraft.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um, Sensor fusion. Moving on to sensor fusion, the avionics suite will include advanced sensor fusion capabilities as well, merging data from all the sensors we have talked about earlier, so that we get a coherent and compressive picture of the whole avionics suite during the battle space. Now, the avionics suite also incorporates artificial intelligence and machine learning. AI,
Wait. So this sensor fusion part, so it's basically like a compiler, right? It compiles all the information from the different sensors.
so basically, like we talked about the radars, the IRST and EW systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it just combines all of them, and it basically gives an effective decision making and rapid response of the threats and systems to the pilot so that the pilot can react efficiently.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So moving on to AIML, AIML technologies are expected to play a very significant role in the avionics in this aircraft to analyze threat, even mission planning and predictive maintenance. These technologies can automate routine tasks, allowing pilots to focus on critical mission objectives.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this aircraft also has autonomous capabilities. While the AMC is primarily designed as a manned aircraft, it is expected to have provisions for unmanned operations as well, which is for the first time I'm listening to this in India for HAL.
Yeah, that's why I think this is like a stepping stone between a fifth generation and a sixth generation fighter. Because sixth generation fighters have always been envisioned to have AI in them, making them autonomous, partially autonomous. So yeah, it's a stepping
So
stone.
is AMC a 6th gen fighter?
No, I would say
No,
they're more.
it's considered as a fifth gen, but there are only a very small limited number of autonomous capabilities that are given to it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it has
AI
qualities of
works
a
with the
sixth gen.
avionics support system.
damn!
Yeah,
They really put AI in everything, don't they?
yeah, definitely. It's the era of the AI.
So this is about the avionics capabilities and the strengths of this aircraft. Now let's know a little bit of the engine of this aircraft from Ayush.
Yeah. So the AMCA project, it's divided into two phases: the Mark One phase and the Mark Two phase. So, like I said before, that the AMCA is supposed to be in service by 2029. So we were talking about the phase one. So for the engine in the phase one, it's probably gonna be a reliable and powerful engine rather than more powerful and less reliable. We're gonna have a tested engine that's gonna be the General Electric's F414 afterburning turbofan. This engine is known for its proven performance and supercruising capabilities, allowing sustained supercruise flight without afterburners. So having supercruise flight, you know, without afterburners is a pretty impressive thing because you're using less fuel to go at such high speeds, and you still have the option for afterburners for that extra boost that you need when you're on surveillance missions and you want to get away from enemy interceptors. This can come in pretty handy. And in future, for the Mark II and the phases that are maybe planned to come after the Mark II, India's goal is to equip the AMCA with a domestically developed next generation engine. But it is pretty hard to actually develop a native engine because it is pretty difficult to design and make an engine from scratch.
Like there's R&D and
And
all, right?
what? Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of R&D
R&D.
definitely. Yeah, a lot of R&D definitely. For people who don't know, R&D stands for research and development. And basically, we want the next generation engine, to be capable of sixth generation. Like I said, AMC Mark One is a stepping stone. So Mark Two should definitely be a sixth generation, hopefully. And like with a better generation, with better higher generation planes, you need better planes, and that too being natively produced. It's gonna be an impressive feat if we can pull it off, which I hope we would be able to, because that would also mean that India is self-reliable in this age of modern technology and modern technology and defensive jets
Well,
and
yeah. Hopefully, it does not like get abandoned like the last jet we had back in 1982, I believe.
I'm not sure about which jet are you talking about.
It was the Mert fate.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that one.
So you said that the engine is indigenously made, right? Do you know any specific operational conditions that they made sure and the reliabilities that they want it to be in
Yeah,
the
that's the
aircraft?
thing. No, that's the thing. Like, even if we try to produce one for Mark One, we won't have enough time to
Mm.
actually test it enough. So it might be more powerful than the General Electric's F414 after burning turbofan. But again, it's like, would you have a more powerful engine but a less reliable one, like one you haven't tested enough, or a less powerful but reliable, like it won't give up on you on like in the dire times, or like when you're on enemy grounds. So in that case,
That
you
is
would rather.
that
Mhm.
I guess would be a more open-ended question, since there will be scenarios where you'll need a powerful engine for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but generally speaking, you know you would really go for the reliable one, because a more
Yeah,
powerful but less reliable plane overall wouldn't be that good in performance.
I feel like this is more of a step taken by the country to foster self-reliance and
Yeah,
not
definitely.
looking into too much of how good or bad the engine will. I mean, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the engine is good, but at the same time, they're fostering self-reliance.
oh yeah, by the way,
yeah,
Ayush,
because mhm,
you remember I was telling you about the abandoned jet, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's an aircraft by HAL, the
Hmm.
HF-24 Marriott. So
Hmm.
it was apparently abandoned by like 1982. Like the plans were abandoned, but then that's a completely different topic. But
Hmm.
let's just hope it does not end up like the HAL Marriott.
Yeah, actually, it could be a good topic for future podcasts. Who knows?
Yeah, could be.
Developing an engine natively in the country itself would definitely be a big leap in technology development for defense purposes, as it would allow India to manufacture and produce fighter jets natively without having to be dependent on other superpowers like USA or Russia. So yeah, that would be a very great thing to have in the future. Now I would like to now I would like to pass on to Nikhil for to expand on the armament of AMCA.
So yeah, basically the range of weapons the HAL's AMCA can carry is pretty massive and impressive. We're talking about beyond visual range missiles, air-to-air missiles, and air-to-ground precision guided missiles. There's even an internal gun for close combat situations, or what you would call dogfight. I'm aware, like every one of you have watched Top Gun Maverick.
Hmm.
This means that like the AMCA is pretty much ready for any combat scenario that you can think of, or like you can pull out of any action movie, or basically your imagination. So, and what's
Yeah.
really impressive is the future proof design of the AMCA. It's built to adapt to new weapons as soon as they are developed. So it's not just about what it can do now, but also how it's going to stay ahead of the curve in the years to come. For it's basically very upgradable. The adaptability ensures that the AMCA will remain a formidable asset for a long time for the army.
Hmm.
Uh, like it's this kind of forward thinking, I believe, that makes the AMCA such a game changer. Like the combination of an advanced cockpit and a powerful uh, armament, and obviously the other aspects including avionics. uh, Stuti, would you like to elaborate more on like what makes AMCA AMCA?
Yeah, different from other fifth generation
Yeah,
fighters.
like what makes it like its own thing?
Okay, so now let's talk about the uniqueness of the HAL's AMCA. This project is a significant step forward for India's indigenous fighter aircraft's development. The AMCA aims to establish itself as a fifth generation fighter jet, as discussed, with unique features tailored to meet the specific operational needs for the Indian Air Force, while incorporating advanced technologies found to be contemporary in a fighter aircraft. So let's talk about stealth capabilities right now. As discussed earlier, the AMC is designed with stealth as a core feature, incorporating advanced materials and design techniques to reduce the radar cross sections, that is RCS. This includes the
Mm-hmm.
shaping, the aircraft's design to minimize radar reflections, radar absorbent materials. Special coatings and materials are used to absorb and scatter the radar waves. Internal weapon bays. Weapons are stored internally to maintain a low RCS. Multi-role
By the way,
capabilities.
does the jet have anything for infrared waves? Like your radar
Yeah, we spoke about
uses
it in the
microwaves.
I think she spoke about it in the avionics part.
avionics part.
No, no, I'm saying like to hide its own infrared waves from being detected by the enemy jet.
Oh, you mean something like the F-35?
No, the F-35 doesn't. I don't think it has anything for hiding its own infrared waves.
Okay. No, I don't think this aircraft has anything like that. It has an infrared search and track system that we spoke about,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure
I
if it.
I'm pretty sure
This
it'll be like it will be more stealthy when it finally is developed.
Mm-hmm.
So I
but
Yeah, that's true. We don't
having
have much
infrared
information.
trapping abilities and not getting detected on any other radar system is a pretty cool technology to have.
like it's
Then
it's
what's the problem?
sometimes it's like what's too good to be true. It is sometimes like too good to be true, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
then there'll be no problem at all. Then there'll be no combat fights.
So yeah, I think
I
there
mean,
might be
yeah,
some shortcomings, but yeah, not sure.
yeah.
This
The
looks
real
like
thing
a
is to
very good
fight lasers,
aircraft made by the HAL.
What I
Yeah, actually, it's kind of surprising. Like because you expect these things mostly by the US because you know Lockheed Martin has set a standard for international. It does a standards for fighter jets.
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll talk about the multi-role capabilities of this aircraft. The AMCA is designed to perform a variety of roles, including air superiority, we discussed all of that, ground attack, electronic warfare. The versatility of this aircraft is a valuable asset for the Indian Air Force in various combat scenarios. That makes it very unique, and the I feel like what's more unique in this aircraft is that is it is natively built, and most of the things on this aircraft are indigenous. What do you guys think?
I think it's one of the most stressed part that we've talked about, that it's India's very own jet.
Fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we spoke about the autonomous abilities when I was talking about the avionics, right?
Oh yeah, the AI part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also pretty cool in this aircraft. The potential for
Hmm.
unmanned operations. While primarily it's a manned aircraft, the AMCA may have provisions for future unmanned operations to serve, like it can also serve as a loyal wingman in a mixed man and unmanned combat scenario. This
Hmm.
adaptability of this aircraft, I think, is a pretty good technology introduced by HAL.
Can you repeat that part? I actually did not understand.
So we spoke about it being autonomous, right? During when we were discussing avionics.
Oh, yeah, I remember the autonomous part.
Yeah. So now so when it is autonomous, it can be completely an unmanned operations, or it can also serve as a loyal wingman in a mixed man and unmanned combat scenario. That is basically like you can operate the aircraft from ground, but let perform all the activities in air and all the combat. that is necessary, but
Okay.
unmanned.
Oh, okay.
That's also pretty unique in this aircraft. So, I mean, as a whole, it also has a very economic and strategic impact on the country. The development of the AMCA will have significant economic and strategic implications for India. It will boost the country's defense manufacturing sector, obviously. It will create high tech jobs and enhance India's strategic autonomy by reducing reliance on foreign fighter aircrafts.
So I think that's it.
So, yeah, that's about it. The aircraft seems like a pretty cool one.
Yeah, again, like all the information we have right now, it's not fixed because of course, it's a military project. It's gonna be classified.
Yeah, it's gonna
This
be
is all we have
classified,
in
and
our hands.
the limited, like the limited knowledge we have right now is kinda,
The only thing holding us back.
yeah.
The actual jet could be much different because we still have 5 years and a lot can change in 5 years. We can come up with new designs, better, better weapon systems, better gun systems, better design improvements. So there can be a lot of changes.
Well, obviously, because I believe right now, like currently, Indian Air Force is not at par with US standards, like the American standards that have been put forward by Lockheed Martin. But
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think
I think this aircraft.
this could be a stepping stone. I mean, I won't say it'll like
Yeah.
completely overtake the new standards. Like this is the next future or something. But like,
Hmm.
I think it'll be a small stepping stone for the country for like it'll place IAF on the map.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now we'll have to at least wait 9-10 years for the actual production of this aircraft.
Yeah, hopefully
And
it's
for
not
it
more.
to develop flight testing, prototypes. It's very limited knowledge that we have now. Let's wait for another 9-10 years and find out.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Stuti, would you like to conclude the podcast today?
Yeah, sure. So we learned a lot about this aircraft today, from its design to its weapons to its avionics to how unique this aircraft is. I hope you guys learned a lot from it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll have another one soon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.